Good buff to her. She's even more broken than before. Cowgirls got buffed. Honestly, I'm not sure how that's going to affect things. The only Cowgirl that is really farmable is, I guess Dark is kind of farmable, is Light. I still don't think you're going to see them very often. I still think that they're just sort of, they are what they are. I guess technically they're all farmable. Panda Warrior Light got a big buff on his awakening effect. He got nerfed along with Molong a while ago, and now he seems very scary again. Not much to say about that. He's almost better than he was before. Sea Emperor Wind increased. The awakening effect has been changed to increase accuracy by 25%, to increase attack speed by 15%. Not sure how that affects things. I think what that's going to mean is that you're just going to have to rune them differently. If you want max accuracy, you're going to have to sacrifice 15 speed to get that extra 25% accuracy on your runes. Or if you don't want max accuracy, he's a little bit faster. Who knows? I don't think that's going to affect things with him. Okay. So the one area where it could really affect things is if he's on Swift runes, because that is the that sort of scales off of his base speed. So all of a sudden now putting him on Swift runes is a much better idea, because the extra 15 speed gets boosted up on the Swift runes too. Still don't think that's going to affect things too much. The leader skill of some monsters will be changed, and this is where I think there's another major nerf, or a little bit of a nerf. Water. Increased accuracy in guild content by 55% to increase accuracy of monsters by 41%. I think, in one sense, this is a nerf. In another sense, it's a buff. So I don't have the Water Paladin. I know she's used in RTA a lot. I don't know how often people use the accuracy leader skill in guild content. Now her accuracy leader skill can be used in RTA. So in that sense, it's a buff. In guild content, it's a nerf. But I think overall, now that I think about it, her leader skill is more likely to want to be used in RTA than it is in guild content. So overall, I would call that a buff. And now that I think about it, the same argument is true with the Light Paladin. I sort of thought it was a nerf when I read it, and I was like, it's a really, really minor nerf, because your monsters, if you want them to have max resistance, you got to make that extra resistance up somewhere. So that is 14 resistance. That could be a big deal, could not be a big deal, who knows, in guild content. But in RTA or in Arena, where you also might want to use her, she increases the resistance there too. So I guess, on the whole, that might actually be a buff. That might mean that you see her a lot more on Arena defenses, because she can now be used as a resistance leader skill in there. So you know what? I'm calling that overall a buff. Even though it messes up my guild defense just a tad, I still think they're going to have a very high resistance, and I still think that overall that is a buff. Water Sea Emperor, HP type changed to attack type. The stats will be modified to meet the attack type. We'll see how that pans out. However his stats end up panning out will determine how I end up wanting to build him. And then some random skill errors. So overall, I'm pretty excited. I think the big winner in this patch is the Water Sea King and the Water Pariet, Julie. So Poseidon and Julie, I think, are the big winners, and the Wind Paladin. And I don't really see any big losers, but I see sort of like minor changes. But we'll see how it plays out. I think it should be. I think you should experiment with your runes on your Water Sea King if you have them. Experiment with the runes on your Wind Paladin. Definitely if you have them. Your Julie, your Water Pariet. If you haven't built her, I think you should build her. She's much better than she was now. And if you have her built, maybe see how she does. I think you're going to be ruining her exactly the same way. So I don't think I need to say experiment with her runes, but maybe prioritize some better runes on her. And then your Light Paladin and Water Paladin, I think you're going to build them exactly the same way, but you're going to be able to use them in more places. So I think that is my quick sum up of the patch.